right, so we're doing a little test right now. We had something that the truck was doing yesterday. We could not replicate it sitting at idle like we did yesterday afternoon. When I was working on this thing yesterday afternoon, it was crap. It actually stranded Logan on Oskaga Lake Road.
This isn't any fun.
And like he said, it wasn't any fun for him. But it's not doing it at idle like it was before. So what we had to do is I got in the truck with Cam. He's here with me right now. We're gonna take it down the road. But I'm gonna turn the truck around and go back up the hill here at the house, and you'll be able to hear what it does. Now, for all the world, it sounds like it could be a fuel delivery problem, which it's not. Doesn't that sound like a fuel delivery issue? So, I got it home and I did the trifecta. You know, points, plugs, condenser. Didn't make any difference. It still ran like that, even at idle yesterday. Today, it's minding its P's and Q's at idle, but it's not running well otherwise. We did find a really nice vacuum leak though, and we plugged it with this. Don't judge me. It's just what I had on hand, and that's what we do sometimes around here. So what's next, you wonder? And I wonder that too, because I've never run into this before. I've been doing this for 30 plus years, and I've never had one react the way that one did yesterday. It was really weird how it was running. I figured that the trifecta would fix everything. The trifecta fixed nothing. So we're gonna go back at it again, see what we can come up with. And I think I know what the problem is, and I think Cam thinks he knows what the problem is, and we're gonna show you how we figured it out right now. All right, so we also did another thing that I didn't talk about a second ago. I put another coil on it. That didn't make any difference either. So I began to wonder if we had another problem. I went in and worked on the timing. I adjusted the timing out. That didn't make any difference either. It would still do the same thing. When I started up, it would rump like that at idle. We had a problem, and I thought maybe this is it. Maybe this engine's done, because you know, it is old, and it is running on about 7.5 cylinders, maybe even 6.5 now. And then I went and moved the distributor a little bit, and when I picked up on the vacuum canister, the idle cleaned up. Weird. I'm going to show you how that worked out in a second, but first I'm going to show you how I figured out that we had a vacuum canister problem rather than it being anything that would normally be an issue on one of these engines. Put the vacuum gauge on it. It's not holding a vacuum at all. And the gauge isn't busted because I checked it before we put it on here. So we do have an issue with the vacuum canister. So yesterday, how I figured out this thing was a problem, I did the handy dandy, the thing you always do with things like this. So what I did was I grabbed this big screw to put in that big hole, and I ran it all the way down past the threads so that it was on the shank. And I pushed it up here out of the way, since it's nice and heavy. And I went and started the truck. I don't know. It's a little high on timing because you heard it kind of when it started. That's a technical term, by the way. There was a hesitation when it started. That means we got a little bit of a timing issue because I did muck with the timing yesterday. But it starts and runs. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Cam back in here with me. I'm going to go out for a little drive down the driveway, see if it works okay with that unplugged. Which, if that's unplugged, if the vacuum can is unplugged, it's going to get way worse gas mileage than it did before. And by the way, it really sucked before. All right, so I'm going to take this thing down the driveway and see if it still does the rump at hard throttle. We've plugged it up, so it should be better now. Same position on the throttle I was before. So we know we have a problem with that diaphragm. and it probably just needs to be cleaned out a little bit. Like I need to clean the plugs off. So I'm gonna go to Mexico as soon as I leave the driveway. By the way, we're in Mexico. I'm gonna wait for this car because I don't want to go that way. A puff of smoke and a hearty hi-yo silver. It's running. No hesitations at part throttle. Running fine, but like I said, the big problem is going to be is it's not going to run as well as it could if the vacuum advance were in play. Probably need to back the timing off a little bit right now too. I'll be ordering a vacuum advance for the guys at National Parts Depot because they stock the correct one for this truck. Pretty important that you get the right vacuum advance to run on these things. All right, we're going to do another one because we did one and it actually did a smoky burnout. So since it's running, at least, and we're back at the house, we figured why not? And it's my driveway. What are people going to do? Give me a ticket? No. I was thinking that maybe there was a problem with the carburetor. I was wrong about that too, but I did mess with the idle adjustments, so I went back in and set them to 0, brought them out to 1.5 turns like you're supposed to, and then what I'm doing now is adjusting that from there. We'll do a burnout. Firing on I think 6, maybe 7 cylinders. I'm really hoping this thing will make it till fall, because in the fall we'll probably go in, have enough money saved up to get this one rebuilt. It's been a good engine. I think she's about done. All right, I'll let it heat soak. Let's see what it does. Suck! It's more than I had thought we were going to end up with.
Mm-hmm. But less than the worst.
I don't know, man. It's like, I'm hoping it makes it to fall. I really don't want to do the 390 yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do what we did with the 302. We're not going to spend hours and hours on it. And I may just take it to somewhere like CME or Bose over in Augusta and let them take care of it.
Yeah.
We got to set a cylinder head, just tell them, check them out, make sure they're okay. If you need to do whatever you need to do to them, we'll throw the 4-barrel intake back on top of it, put the 4100 there, and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's
no need to get crazy with this one either. Anyway.
No, I mean, it's not. If we're going to spend any big money on anything, probably I would spend it on the one in the Galaxy.
Yeah.
You know, maybe see about getting with Barry Robotnik at Survival Motorsports and doing something through him with that. It's a 4-speed car, so it'd be pretty cool for that one.
This is not Speed Demon.
No, this is literally
the trash.
It's the trash truck. I mean, we look like Sanford and Son. You need to put that on the door. Lamont. That would be, hey, Logan is Lamont.
Fits.
It does. All right, folks, we are basically done for the day. I wanted to show you this because I wanted to make you understand that sometimes it's going to be something that you least expect. I would never have thought that what was going on with this truck was the vacuum advance. Now, granted, there are other problems afoot, so to speak. We knew they were there already, but we had hoped that we would be able to limp along for a little while longer. So far, I think we can. I think we're okay enough to still use the old truck as a trash truck to take things out. Not the most glorious thing it could do in its life, but hey, it is what it is. Speaking of glorious, why don't you do the glorious thing and go out and check out our Patreon account. At the $10 a month level, you get monthly meetings with me on Zoom. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. We have a list of guys that have been going up beside me, either over here on Cam or over here beside me on this side. Cam is he's underneath the list.
On the billboard.
These guys are the ones. You're the post for the billboard. These guys are the ones that have put their money where their mouth is and actually support us on a financial level. So please do go check out Patreon. What that money goes to is to support Darren and have him come in here during the weekdays and help me shoot and do other things. It allows us to get a little bit ahead for some of the things I've got planned for the personal level later on this summer. Another thing we've got going on is Super Thanks. That's right, the best, worst named thing in the world from YouTube. It's a great idea with a really crappy name. The marketing just doesn't make sense to me, but that's just me. Maybe you like Super Thanks. Maybe it makes a lot of sense to you. But if you support us there, we'll put your name up down here below. If you do the $1 thing and tell us that we suck by doing the $1, then that's fine. I still got $1 out of you.
Sucker.
Sucker. If you want to do more than that, I don't know how much they'll let you give, but hey, we'll take it. $1.5 million, still looking for that guy. And no, we don't want it in foreign currency. No. So folks, finally, do me a favor, be kind to each other, love on each other, treat each other nice. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time on AutoRestomod. I don't know which camera we're supposed to be.
Yeah,
they're just so close
yeah.
together. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Maybe they're all the same camera.
Maybe I've
we're
just
drunk.
been drinking that much today. I thought about, yesterday with all the health problems I've been having, I honestly thought, you know what? Today might be a good day.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do it. I was close. No, I didn't do it. So you'll be happy to know that my health is still crap. But it's better, I think. This is going to give me high blood pressure.
Yeah. Yeah,
To have my boy out there on the road and on a Skaga Lake road on a curve.
That one's sketchy, yeah. Anywhere else, I'd have laughed at him.
Yeah, that one
That
scared
one
me.
kinda-
I was like, I got back over here because I was at lunch with
Yeah.
Bill. I got back over here and took off
Yeah.
and grabbed my chains out of the back of the tractor and went down there to try to help him. Luckily, he was able to limp it home. So,
Good on him.
oh yeah.
Golf
He
club.
probably cussed a lot. He likes to cuss a lot when no one's around.
Yeah.
He's
It's
one
that
of those-
closet cursor.
Let's go get some lunch. You can have a beer.
Ooh, yeah.
Drink them all up.